everybody, what's going on? It's Garth with Still Kicking Sports. Hope you guys enjoyed the last 4 videos that we put out. Like I said, that was footage we shot in 2019. But this is our first video of new material, 2020 stuff. And what I thought I'd do is a video just to show you some of the things that sold for me on eBay and a variety of other platforms that we use. While we're still kicking sports and we primarily deal in apparel and sporting goods and sneakers and things like that, we also do pick up the occasional odds and ends from thrift stores and flea markets and a variety of other places. So while we don't solely focus on sports, we've got a hodgepodge, a good mix of things. And if nothing else, maybe there's some things that you never thought would sell on eBay or other platforms that you've always passed by. And maybe this video will be good just from an exposure standpoint. You know, I see these things all the time. Didn't know I could flip these for decent money. With that said, here is what sold for us in the last week on eBay and other platforms. Okay, first up is this vintage Penn State Wrestling Big Ten sweatshirt. Sold it for $28. I had it in my stash for a while. Just recently remembered that we had it. Threw it up. Got a lot of interest, kind of held out for a particular price. A really good return on this, $28. This is actually from when Penn State first joined the Big Ten, which is a good selling point. Collectors are always looking for those first initial things that come out. Okay, next up are these Nike Son of Mars youth sneakers, size 5Y, sold for $39.88. These are pre-owned, but they were in excellent condition when we picked them up. Very light cleanup and flipped them. I've actually had them for a while. But one thing I've noticed, we've actually been selling quite a few kid sneakers lately. So again, $39.88. That was a nice little flip, and somebody got a really nice pair of shoes. Okay, so next up is this Under Armour women's fitted performance t-shirt, V-neck. It sold for $8. This is the proverbial, I've had this listed forever and a day, and I just want to get rid of it. This may have been the item I had listed the longest, and it just happened to recently sell. Honestly, if somebody would have paid me for the shipping plus $1, I probably would have sold it to them just to get it out of here. But listen, $8 is $8. When I first started, I thought you could literally sell anything, and this is a clear example of the learning curve that myself and other resellers talk about. You have to buy stuff like this before you figure out that these are not the things you want to pick up. But $8 out the door. Okay, so here's a pair of Nike Air DT Max 96, most well known as the Deion Sanders sneaker. These were hitting Burlington's later in 2019. We just happened to pick up with a size 9.5. Sat on these for a little while, so we sold these for $90. Made a little bit of money on them. Again, not the most profitable shoe. In retrospect, it would be something now that I would pass on, but we were seeing these start to come out and people were having a little bit of success. This is a great example of wanting to be one of the first people in before the flood or one of the last people in after the flood of sneakers. So $90, can't complain. And again, somebody got a great pair of shoes. Next up is a 2013 Florida State National Championship Nike locker room hat. Sold for $19.99. I've had these for a while. Very slow mover. I think this is actually my last one, and I've actually been selling these, some of the ones we had, for best offer. But again, somebody paid full price, certainly not going to turn it down. Okay, so next up is this vintage Washington Redskins adjustable fit logo 7 hat. Again, the pictures on this I really should have retaken. I did these a while ago and actually did some reshaping to the hat. And I think if I had done better pictures, I probably would have gotten a better value out of it. Had it for quite some time. Sold it for $11.25. You know, it is what it is. It's a nice hat. Okay, so here is a lot of Max LUR 90 cassette tapes. A lot of 13, sold for $39.99. Again, going back to the beginning of the video, I said, you know, while we deal primarily in sneakers and sports and things like that, we never pass up an opportunity to flip something that we think we're going to make some money off of. Cassette tapes always do really well. VHS tapes do well. So if you see those at flea markets or thrift stores, those are definitely things that you can flip. So again, we packaged all these together for $39.99. Great deal. Customer was really happy. Okay, and then these next two just came through eBay today. Women's Adrian Peterson Minnesota Vikings jersey size medium. Just sold today for $14.99. I wasn't into it for all that much, and $14.99 was a good price to get out of it. It's getting to be about NFL draft time. People are really starting to crave sports, so we've actually noticed an uptick in offers and interest in jerseys and NFL stuff. And the last sale this week on eBay are these Project Rock Under Armour sneakers. I don't want to call them a trainer. I don't want to call them, they're definitely not a basketball shoe. So I'm just giving them the general term of sneaker. You can decide what exactly they are. This is the Delta Green color. This actually came from a Ross in my area. We picked up 4 pairs, 2 black, 2 in this Delta Green. These sold for $109.99. Again, Project Rock always sells. If you see them at thrift stores or Ross's or even some of the outlet sales that Under Armour will do, if you can pick it up at the right price, Project Rock stuff sells really, really well and really close to retail actually. So, all right, so we had one sale on Grailed this week. It's a new marketplace that we've been using. It's not new in general, but just new for us. Certain sneakers we'll do on there, but a lot of the vintage tees and hats and things like that we've been doing on there. But we sold this vintage USA basketball from the Dream Team era, tank top champion, made in the USA for $25. Grailed is actually a really nice platform to use. Really simple to use and list. Definitely don't have to list everything there, but it's another opportunity for get your stuff out in front of other people. And again, hopefully start flipping things over and making some sales. Okay, so next up is 2 pairs of shoes that we sold on GOAT this week. First pair is this pair of Nike Air Max 720 Sunsets. That sold for $130. Picked these up at a Ross, I believe. We actually had these for a while. Definitely one of the pairs of shoes that we held out for a particular price. Which you're going to have sometimes. If there's items that you feel like you should get a particular price for and you can leave that capital sitting on a shelf waiting for that price, then by all means, I think you should stick it out. If you need to get the capital back in to reinvest in whatever aspect of your business, then by all means, run a sale, lower your price, whatever you need to do. But again, this was a particular item that we felt like we wanted to get a sale at a particular price. So okay, next up on GOAT, the second pair we sold this week was this pair of Nike Air Posits Koyas, size 12, sold for $150. We found these at a Marshall's, and for those of you who flip sneakers, you may have seen these at your Marshall's as well. Kind of a few weeks right before stores started closing down due to the pandemic. We wanted a particular price. And actually, if you have these on StockX right now, and you haven't updated your price in a while, strongly encourage you to do so. I don't know what sizes you may have them in. I've noticed that the price on these is getting a little bit steeper and a little bit steeper. So again, if this is an item that you can leave the capital sitting on the shelf and demand a particular price, you definitely have the possibility to do that, particularly on StockX right now. So again, here's what we sold for, but I will also make sure that I put the style code in, maybe down here at the bottom, so you can at least go to GOAT or StockX or wherever it may be, kind of see what these things are selling for. So again, if you have a pair of these, don't be afraid to get a particular price if you can leave that capital on the shelf. All right, so one other sale that we wanted to point out to you guys was actually our first Instagram sale. And while we don't use Instagram currently as a sales platform per se, it's more of a marketing tool for us right now. We will definitely be using it more in the future. But a person actually reached out to us as they were looking through our Instagram feed, found this vintage Nike New York Metro Stars jersey from MLS. Metro Stars don't exist anymore. I actually don't know if they became a different team or not, and asked if we still had it. Took a little digging to find the box that it was in, but yeah, we still had it, and we're able to get it off to him for 25 bucks. He was happy. It was a great way to make that sale. 0 fees, able to do PayPal Direct with him. So from a cost standpoint, you're definitely going to be able to make more money if you can use Instagram as a platform. And if you've got a decent enough follower base, it's definitely something you can use. If not, I'd stick to more traditional platforms for now and keep building up that follower base. And then when you get to whatever number you feel comfortable with, where you can take time away from your other platforms to try to sell also on Instagram, then do so. because yeah, there's definitely an audience out there that is looking for really great stuff and really good deals. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're not following the channel already, please subscribe, hit that like button. We're going to have content coming out hopefully 2-3 times a week, variety of different videos. Hopefully the pandemic will end here soon and we can all get back out to the stores. I know some of you reached out and asked me some particular questions, so we're actually going to do some videos about those, follow up and answer some of those questions. Quick mention that we are on social media. Probably the best platform to find us on right now, or the one we're using the most, is Instagram. Instagram.com/StillKickingSports. There you're going to see a variety of different items, not only from the past, but the stuff we've just recently found, or right now we're primarily posting things that we've listed, or flashbacks to some of the great finds that we've had over the past year or so. Don't be afraid to shoot us an email. Put the email address down here. Email me if you have questions or something you see on our Instagram feed that you're interested in, or if you just have a general question about reselling. I'm more than happy to help new or experienced sellers out in any way I possibly can. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, and please go back and check out all of our other videos of our footage from 2019, and we'll be, like I said, putting out more videos here in the coming weeks, so we hope you check those out. Please hit that like button, and until then, my name is Garth, Still Kicking Sports, and I'll see you next time. Bye.